After crowning as Miss Vietnam 2016, I have been a part of many charity projects across my country. Vietnam's land is mostly hilly and densely forested. It is known as one of the most beautiful countries located in the Southeast Asia, with many wonderful sights, in which mountainous northwestern beauty attracts me a lot. Yên Bái is a mountain province, including 9 districts with a total population of 800,000 people. Its Trap Tàu district is one of the poorest districts in Vietnam. The place where we found is a group of off-grid villages on the highland belongs to Trap Tàu.
The morning in Trap Tàu is so wonderful. Let's find out the life of people here. Compared to the income of people here, the cost of connecting to the national electric grid still expensive. There are 33 villages with 10,297 families have no access to the electricity, in which 26 villages belong to Trap Tàu district. The lack of lighting is limit the community economic productivity. Due to lack of electricity, all the daily activity of the people are made by their bare hand without any supported device. Due to the heavy storm, the only way to Cuvai village would damage seriously. The road is erosion, so that all the daily activity of the people will stop. The food and the clean water were unable to transport to the village, and of course, the life for this place is still a dream. I am now at Cuvai village, 8 kilometers far from Trap Tàu district. The only way to get there is by walking. In the dry seasons, it takes people 3 hours to walk there, but I wonder how long it will take in the rainy seasons like this. For these reasons, the connecting of grid villages to the national electric grid still remain undone. Without electricity, kids are forced to study under the poor quality light and no proper facility for study. Mẹ thương con vì con giống ba, gặp nhau là cười hoan hô. Cô ơi, cái việc mà không có đèn điện như thế này thì ảnh hưởng đến việc học của các em như thế nào?
Thì mình phải tận dụng ở ánh sáng mặt trời. Và mùa đông thì tối quá mình không học.
In order to save the battery of their light, in case of urgence or emergency, they mostly use fire in the evening. realized that the lack of lighting not only limits the community economic productivities, but also affect directly to the study of children. People here is being isolated to the rest of the world. No phone, no internet, no televisions. I have to do something for them. By realizing this fact, I decide to find a way to help them out and know that solar power is the only correct answer for this math. After researching as well as estimating the cost for the project, we start raising funds to have installed solar power in the villages mentioned. Our social work really brings the tough situations of this place to the community and reach to so many kind-hearted people. In return, we now have not only the fund, but also the sponsor for this meaningful project. Have gotten the permissions of government and done preparing the first step. We are ready to launch the project. For the first phase being finished, I expect people in Kuvai village to have enough basic electricity for use in their daily activity. Rồi, vào đây, tất cả vào đây. Tất cả vào đây nào. Rồi, đứng hết lên trên này. Tất cả đứng hết lên trên này. Rồi. After crowning as Miss Vietnam 2016, I have been a part of many charity projects across my country. Vietnam's land is mostly hilly and densely forested. It is known as one of the most beautiful countries located in the Southeast Asia, with many wonderful sights, in which mountainous northwestern beauty attracts me a lot. Yên Bái is a mountain province, including 9 districts with a total population of 800,000 people. Its Trap Tàu district is one of the poorest districts in Vietnam. The place where we found is a group of off-grid villages on the highland belongs to Trap Tàu. The morning in Trap Tàu is so wonderful. Let's find out the life of people here. Compared to the income of people here, the cost of connecting to the national electric grid still expensive. There are 33 villages with 10,297 families have no access to the electricity, in which 26 villages belong to Trap Tàu district. The lack of lighting is limit the community economic productivity.
Due to lack of electricity, all the daily activity of the people are made by their bare hand without any supported device. Due to the heavy storm, the only way to Kuvai village would damage seriously. The road is erosions, so that all the daily activity of the people will stop. The food and the clean water were unable to transport to the village, and of course, the life for this place is still a dream. I am now at Kuvai village, 8 kilometers far from Trao district. The only way to get there is by walking. In the dry seasons, it takes people 3 hours to walk there, but I wonder how long it will take in the rainy seasons like this. For these reasons, the connecting of grid villages to the national electric grid still remain undone. Without electricity, kids are forced to study under the poor quality light and no proper facility for study. Mẹ thương con vì con giống ba, gặp nhau là cười hoan hô. Cô ơi, cái việc mà không có đèn điện như thế này thì ảnh hưởng đến việc học của các em như thế nào?
Khi phải tận dụng ở ánh sáng mặt trời. Mùa đông thì tối có không học.
In order to save the battery of their light, in case of urgence or emergency, they mostly use fire in the evening.
One severe case involves a 12-year-old boy. Ujang had a long struggle fighting undernourishment, and sadly, he lost the battle. His death became the center of public attention.
Kada berobat, ini berobat jalan, ada ibu teh di mana atuh? Udah ngandalkan kamu dah harga sehari-hari. Kayak guru. Ibu teh mampu lah kepada ibu teh.
It was difficult to help the villagers because they are too ashamed to share their child's condition. Only a few are willing to open up and accept support from others. One family that was willing to open up is Putri's mother. Putri is a 2.5-year-old girl who suddenly became paralyzed from the neck down at the age of 6 months. She couldn't hold her head up and her legs were crippled.
Pengen pasti sembuh. Enggak. Kalau lebih Putri belum bisa jalan.
Girijaya is a small rural village in Sukabumi, West Java, Indonesia. The villagers are mostly labor workers, earning less than $3 per day. The health issue that this village is facing is not only due to their low income rate, but more importantly, it is because they are lacking in awareness and knowledge of basic nutrition. What's ironic is that they are surrounded by hundreds of unused farmland, which can provide them with beneficial outcomes. To To help the villagers, we have developed an integrated program, all conducted simultaneously. It started with basic knowledge on nutrition and its importance in the child's growth. For their nutritional needs, we have encouraged them how to cultivate the unused land and their own backyard as a new source of food. We provide them with quality seeds of various plants, which will become their source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. This will make them realize that all the necessary nutritional needs are actually within their reach. We have also assisted the children to seek proper treatment for their illnesses.
This is the only transportation the villagers use to seek medical attention. They have to start early, hours before dawn, and share the space with other goods. It is a long, tiring, and tedious journey.
Having seen the villagers go through all that hardship for treatment, we have improved their local health facility to allow them a regular health checkup. And for the children to be physically active, we have built them a playground. All our efforts in the past few months have finally paid off. The seeds that we have planted have grown. The land that was once barren has become a green, luscious farmland. We are glad to see that these seeds will not only provide them with nutritious vegetation, but they are the seeds of hope, left behind for the villagers and their children. By sowing these seeds of hope, we will harvest a better tomorrow. Let our children blossom into treasures and guide us toward a more promising future.
Mommy's ears. Oh, yeah. Mommy's other ear. Yeah. Do Eskimo for mommy. Eskimo.
When I was young, my mom told me I could be anything I wanted to be. But what if I was born to a different mom? Born into different circumstances? Born into a family with struggles? Could I still grow up into whoever I wanted to be? In life, we don't choose how we're born. We don't choose where we're from. But we can choose the type of people we grow up into, the kind of people we become. We can choose what to do with what we're given, how we act, how we help.
Marami po kaming na-experience na mga challenges. Minsan po, napakarami ng pasyente namin, iilan lang po kami naka-duty. Pero lahat po yun, hindi po namin iniisip na balakid, kundi ginagawa po namin yung inspirasyon para po maibigay po namin yung dapat na serbisyo na kailangan namin ibinibigay sa kahit sinong pasyente po na pumapasok dito sa ward namin. Wala pong bata na uuwi sana na hindi po maganda ang kalagayan. Bagkus po, gusto ko lahat sila matupad po yung pangarap ng mga magulang nila sa kanila.
Ngayon pong naisilang ko na si Yuna, una po, gusto ko po, syempre malusog, wala pong sakit, at saka sana po makatapos din siya ng pag-aaral niya. Paglaki po ni Yuna, gusto ko po sana maging isa siyang doktor at makatulong din po sa ibang tao.
Before I got into TV, into hosting, and into pageants, I was on track to become a doctor. And it's funny because even though my life is so different now, and even though it's turned 180 degrees round, somehow I still ended up to where I'm supposed to be. And for me, that's here. So this is the neonatal ICU unit of the hospital, and basically this is where they keep all the babies who are born premature or born with birth defects, birth conditions. And had I become a doctor, this is definitely the ward that I would have wanted to work in. And that's really because when I was young, I was also born premature. So the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck when I was in my mommy's tummy. But I guess I was lucky that I had the right medical care and medical assistance. But some of these little guys don't.
We have 100 to 200 deliveries a month, 20 deliveries a day. Most of these patients are premature babies that cannot immediately breastfeed, and most of these mothers cannot produce enough milk. So one of the solutions that we have come up with was some of these mothers buy pasteurized milk in another institution who has a milk bank. Unfortunately, not all mothers can afford to buy the pasteurized milk.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to set up a 5-year plan with the Jose Reyes Memorial Medical Center so that you see changes, you see a difference between now and 5 years from now, and so that every queen after me for the next 5 years will have a chance to make this hospital better. This year, I really wanted to work on the maternity ward and address their issue of having no milk. And my goal is to create the first ever milk bank for the Jose Reyes Memorial Medical Center. First is a pasteurizer to sterilize the milk and to rid it of any viruses. The second is their ultra-low freezer to store the milk for up to months. Because what's happening now is even though there is milk, there's no place to put it, and it spoils within the day. And the third thing we need are mechanical breast pumps so that it's easier for the mothers to pump out the milk. When you look at the baby and you realize how small they are, you realize how innocent they are. And I don't know why I was born the way that I was born and why they were born here. And you realize that you don't choose where you're born, but you can choose what you do with your life, and you can choose to help. And I know that as a Miss World Philippines, I'm not superwoman. I can't change the world, but maybe if we just do the little things, then at the end it makes a difference. Maybe if we just go through every ward year by year, little by little, then the hospital will get better even in the smallest way. And by giving them something so simple as a milk bank, through that you provide them with opportunities and you provide them with a chance to be any kind of person that they want to be.
My parents always told me that in order to provoke significant change, you need to be brave. Not the type of bravery that's the knight in shining armor type, but a bravery that allows you to be vulnerable and honest with your emotions. And that is why I chose mental health as my Beauty with a Purpose project.
The Miss World organization works hard to leave a tangible legacy that kindness knows no boundaries. As soon as we can share a small piece of our hearts, we are able to connect to those that are truly in need. And I know that the Rose Parent Project embodies those exact values.
The Rose Parent Project is an incredible initiative where a normal family is equipped by Lentegeur Hospital to be able to take in a psychiatric patient, help them to reintegrate into society. If you invest in another human being and you show kindness and you care for them,
You create an opportunity for them to really bloom and become the human that they are meant to be.
Thank you for having me. It really is an incredible honor for me to be here.
I am Felicia de Biasmano and I am part of the Rose Parent Project.
I'm Lynn Carter and I'm part of the Rose Parent Project.
Hi, my name is Noxie. I'm part of a project of Rose Parent.
1 in every 3 people suffer from mental illness, and in the Western Cape in South Africa alone, we have estimated that we have 25 to 35,000 people struggling with this daily. And unfortunately, because of the stigma, only a quarter of them seek help. World Mental Health Day is held on the 10th of October every year, and this year I collaborated with the Department of Health in order to create awareness around mental health.
Noxie, maybe you can just tell me a little bit about how the Rose Parent Project has played such an important role in your recovery.
I'm a sick person. I'm HIV positive, and my mom did die when I was young. No one cared about me, so then the Rose Parent showed me the love and the kind and happiness, and I left this house. I don't want to go anywhere anymore.
Oh, my darling. Okay, it's okay.
I've been here for almost 8 years. I haven't relapsed once, and I found peace here and happiness here and contentment here.
Tell us a little bit more about why you decided to become a Rose Project parent.
Well, it's all about the love for people and the passion I have for people and the ability to see the change in them.
I'm Adia van Heerden, and I am part of the Rose Parent Project. Beauty with a Purpose is not just a project. It is a lifestyle that leaves a legacy.